Okay, so first I would like to give all praises to Yahweh, Bashem Yahushai, Bashem Rakakodash. I also want to say double honors to the apostles and elders of James Grimstone, and to you, Akim, that are out there in this, pushing this truth. Shalom. This is the brother Kanan here with a quick lesson. And this lesson, just going to speak on this little news that I'm seeing here today about U.S., Donald J. Trump proposing to, basically request a toll for the Strait of Hormuz, and it's just really funny, because what he said was that basically they're securing the strait for other nations, and that it's only fair or only right that maybe those other nations should be paying them. You know what I mean? And this is the hypocrisy of America as to why the entire world hates their guts and justified in doing so. And I mean, now we know the so-called, America has been run by the so-called white man to, bring in their new world order and ushering that, all that. But, the whole plot and the planes and the makings that take place, it's the heights of, what's the right word to use it? It's madness, yo. It's pride. It's the heights of being proud and being, high-minded in yourself that you are the shit, really. You know what I mean? But there's a reward for behaviors like that, and the reward is going to be destruction to America. And I mean, these nations are seeing these things. I think these nations are just stupid and naive. That you're not robbing them blind. You're not oppressing them with your policies and all these things. Even when they are your allies, they know they're being getting the shitty end of the stick. You know what I mean? But because you are the powerhouse of the world, so they bend to that. But they're not realizing that they don't need to bend. So they're turning. A lot of these nations are turning and are going to continue to turn. They're moving away from the America way. I'm going to play some of the video and bring out a few scripture. I'm not going to make it long. So let's go.
Very soon. I think this was bound to happen. The president gave peace a shot. The Iranians didn't want to take him up on that offer, and they're trying to leverage the Strait, and the president is making very clear that he's going to finish the job.
Yeah, the president has said he's going to charge 20% a fee on all cargo moving through the Strait. Here he is.
We've had 10 deals with these people, and so we're just going to hit them very hard, and we're going to keep the Strait. And we'll probably run it. We'll become the guardian of the Strait. We guarded the Strait for 50 years more, and we never got paid for it. They made all the money, and the United States was just, they wouldn't. It's amazing. It's we never made. We guarded it for nothing, and now we're going to guard it, and we're going to get paid for guarding it. A lot of money. But we just want to be reimbursed for doing all of this, for putting our people in danger. But we're really not putting people, we're really saving people.
All that bullshit. Let me just pause a little just to say a few things. So there was a time frame recently where Oman and Iran basically were making plans to, run off the ship by themselves. And they were, they threatened Oman saying, hey, don't do that. You know what I mean? These people don't need America support and help to run their backyards, right? Per se. You know what I mean? The way America is looking at it. They want to have control and the monopoly of the world. So they force these type of things on the people. No, they're going to say they need to pay them. You know what I mean? But he's saying that those are the people that are basically aligned with Iran. Now you think China is going to pay America to have their island goods and other things coming through that to the Strait? They're gonna pay America for that? Well, let's see. You know what I mean? Let's see. But all of this is leading into what? More blockade and more suffering of basically more economic chaos and collapse. And I mean, basically breaking down the economy to ashes, or burning to ashes, destroying it. But let's play some more. Right?
So it's going to be interesting. Look, over the weekend, Iran was getting a test to see if they were going to be serious about this memorandum of understanding, if there was going to be progress. And what did they do? They failed it by doing the very thing that we were testing them on, which is to see if they were going to fire on ships in the Strait. And they did that. Iran, make no mistake, killed their own shot at a deal. Now the president is saying, we're going back to striking you hard, as you pointed out, LJ. And also, he's talking about, this taking over the Strait and even levying a fee for it. We'll see if that actually happens. It does seem to be a signature part of President Trump's playbook, which is when he needs to create space for some talks and negotiations, he does that while at the same time maintaining that he is going, you better believe what he says, which is going to hit harder and harder if you're going to fail that test and not, try and seek true in good faith negotiation.
Well, the fee is just so that America is not just paying for the defense of the Strait. I mean, if people don't want to pay the fee, then they can easily just help us with the security of the Strait. We're not getting the majority of our oil, not even 10%, I think, of our oil from the Strait. Travels through there. We're energy independent. If this is going to be a global market, then the globe needs to help.
Let me just pause there. Trump said, "Oh, we don't need the oil from the Strait, or we don't need from that side, because with Venezuela, with Venezuela, the man literally took basically Venezuela oil and have a gripped on it, basically saying that they're in control of it technically, and he's saying that bold and plain, the heights of robbery, and then they expect the world not to eat them. I want to see them destroyed. No, I'm not saying that the world is perfect either. I'm not saying that. But surely America would have been climbing above everybody else in the spectrum of committing iniquity and promoting all sort of nastiness and pollution that's going through the earth. And I mean, they are the heights of it. They are the main player that are basically pushing all these bullcrap through the earth, right? True, the so-called white man. But let's continue.
Secure the Strait. If not, then maybe they do need to pay us some money to secure the passage of their oil.
Yeah, I mean, look, we're really there protecting Europe more than we are our own interests, because geographically speaking, they're more at risk because they're closer.
This is what you call people trying to talk to themselves and trying to sell themselves the narrative that they don't believe. They're trying to sell themselves. That's what these three persons doing, yo. You support an idiot to the point where it's crazy the way you have to go about defending that idiot. And that's what Donald J. Trump is, that big idiot that says the dumbest and the craziest shit. And because they support that person, they cannot have a view and say, oh, that don't make no sense, or that not sound right, or right. You know what I mean? They have to align themselves with it to promote and push it, and then end up sounding stupid. And then while saying it, realize that they sound stupid and have to be convinced themselves that they're not stupid.
Or Israel, some of these other countries are more at risk than we are. But we're paying the majority of this. And Donald Trump, this is all on his shoulders. So he's saying, look, if y'all are going to charge, we're going to charge. Well, you're not charging. We're going to be the ones in control of this strait. If you want to take control, we wanted it to be international waters. But if not, I'm not afraid to be able to take charge. We have more than 50,000 U.S. service members currently deployed all across the Middle East. And these American forces, they are vigilant, they are ready, and they are lethal.
Dummies, yo. Let me read the scripture real quick and wrap it up. So this is Habakkuk 2 and verse. I'm going to start from verse 5. It says, yea, let's start from 4. Behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him, but the just shall live by his faith. Yea, also, because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desire as hell, and is as death, and cannot be satisfied, but gathered unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people. Shall not all these take up a parable against him, and say, against him, and a taunting proverb against him, and say, woe to him that increaseth that which is not his. Right? Woe to the thief that increase with that which is not his. Right? How long unto him that ladeth himself with thick clay? Shall they not rise up suddenly that shall bite thee, and awake that shall vex thee? And thou shalt be for booties unto them, because thou hast spoiled many nations. All the remnant of the people shall spoil thee because of men's blood, and for the violence of the land, of the city, and of all that dwell therein. That's what these nations are going to do. They're going to spoil America, and they're going to see for booties because you've been robbing them blind. Talking about, oh, you think America become where it is? Robbery to the so-called white man. A bunch of thieves, murderers, and the most hated people upon the entire earth, which is going to be destroyed by thermonuclear destruction. So that, I want to give all praise again to Yahweh, Hashem Yahushai, and to I came out there. Shalom.